Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is me, Duke CT, and man, it has been a long while since I reviewed something from the Ratchet and Clank series, hasn't it?
Yeah, the last time I reviewed a game of this series was 3 years ago. Yeah, it's been a while, but I am here now, and today I'm reviewing the continued adventures of Ratchet and Clank on the PlayStation 2. Hey, don't worry, I will get into the PS3 games, the PS4 reboot, and the movie soon enough.
Yeah, this time it's going to wait 2 more years to review the rest of the Ratchet and Clank games.
Woodstock.
And another 3 more before Duke will get into the movie.
Woodstock.
Okay, man, sorry. But you did take your sweet time getting back to this series.
True, Woodstock, it's taken me a while to actually get back into the series, but here I am, going to review the rest of the PS2 video game series that the Ratchet and Clank series had to offer. Then we get to the PS3, the PS4 reboot, and the movie, and so on and so forth, in a much quicker timetable, I hope. Anyway, with that out of the way, let us get into Ratchet and Clank Deadlocked for the PlayStation 2. Cue the theme song.
But before we get into the game proper, there is a PS3 version of the game that's on the PlayStation Network, and was a free download on May 21st, 2012 for the people who bought Ratchet and Clank Full Frontal Assault, as an apology for having the PS Vita version delayed. So, with that out of the way, let's get into the game as it starts off showing one of the grand heroes of the Ratchet and Clank universe, Captain Starshield, getting murked by one of the Dread Zone gladiators, Ace Heartlight.
Looks like Captain Starshield just burnt out.
We then cut to our heroes on the Starship Phoenix from the previous game, Up Your Arsenal, as they get a message from the former commander of the Phoenix, Sasha Phoenix, now the new mayor of Metropolis.
Greetings, Captain. I see you're taking good care of my old ship.
Well, she needs a lot of tuning up, but I've kept her running.
Of course. Anyway, I'm afraid I bring bad news. As you know, Captain Starshield disappeared over a month ago. I've just been informed that he's been killed.
Oh my gosh. No. Oh, what happened?
Apparently, he was involved with some kind of illegal combat sport, something called Dread Zone. We believe it was being run by this man, Gleeman Vox. He operates an underground media empire from within the Shadow Sector.
The Shadow Sector?
It's a lawless region of space on the fringe of the galaxy. Many other heroes have disappeared recently, and we fear that they might have met with the same fate. Ratchet, I just wanted to warn you before...
Unidentified craft approaching. Uh-oh.
You the Lombax known as Ratchet.
I don't suppose you guys are here to fix the starboard engine, huh?
You know, it's pretty funny how the Phoenix was compromised so quickly, because it was a hub world in the previous game. You had this whole crew, your robot guards, and all that good stuff. So either Ratchet told the crew, the entire crew, to take a week, a month off after the events of Up Your Arsenal, or Gleeman Vox is more of a badass villain than Dr. Nefarious. And consider how great Dr. Nefarious was in Up Your Arsenal.
The Age of Robots!
I'm betting the former. Moving on, we see Ratchet outfitted with a brand new battle suit and now is a part of the wackiness and craziness that is Dread Zone. And sadly without Clank by his side, as he's now in a support role with Big Al. But that doesn't mean you don't have anyone watching your back. Oh no, you have 2 battle bots out there watching them named Merc and Green that are with you and follow you wherever you go. Kind of like a mixture of the Synthroids from Going Commando and the robot soldiers you partner up with and up your arsenal. Pretty nice. And you know what else is nice? These 2 battle bots having not only your back, but also have other useful tools, like using the EMP to take down shields and electrify platforms. They can also help you screw in those big screws to help open up new passageways, and they have a really nice screen nuke when the bots give out or take punishment. And if they take too much, don't worry, you can revive them. And all the controls for them to do this is on the mythical D-pad. And speaking of controls, how does Ratchet control in this adventure? It controls mostly like the previous game in the series, but with more of a third-person shooter edge, since Clank is, well, in a support role and not on your back. So, yeah, it's going to take a little bit while because there's no real, platforming in this, action platformer video game series in this little weird experiment of Ratchet Deadlocked. And it does take a little bit getting used to. If you have played any Ratchet and Clank PS2 games, it does take a while to get used to, but you will get the hang of them. As I did, because it took a while for me. That was in the tutorial level and a little bit in the first level as well. But by the time I got to the mid part of the first level, the controls were just fine for me. Next up is the bread and butter of the series, the weapons. And, well, there are only 10 of them this time.
Get the bricks!
Calm down, people. Yes, it's 10 weapons less than the previous game, but you can upgrade them, as well as Ratchet's house like the previous games. But the weapons have some other interesting things you can do with them. There, you can actually put mods on them, and there are 2 types of mods. One is the Omega mods. They can add different effects to your weapons. It was in the previous games here, but you can have more focus on it. You have acid, freeze, and other things you can add onto your weapons to, add more damage to your attacks and such. The other mod here is Alpha mods that give your weapon perks like extra ammo, faster reloading time, and other things that fit in what the gameplay like in this game. And the gameplay is different from the previous Ratchet and Clank games, as it is more action focused than platforming. Even though you have 10 weapons, the gunplay is still the same Ratchet and Clank quality from the previous games, and that's great to have. You also have 4 vehicles to play with: the Landstalker, which is pretty much a spider tank, hover bike, the Puma, and the hover ship. And they are fun to play when the missions call for it. But one of the main issues of the game is that the less emphasis of platforming and going to more of a third-person shooter is the repetitive nature of the gameplay. With that being all action and a little platform, can get boring. So yeah, I can see that can turn some Ratchet and Clank players off as a platform and going to secret areas, getting golden bolts. It's fun stuff. Also, the tone of this game can push some Ratchet and Clank fans away, as it does get a bit darker than the previous games. But don't worry, this game still has the Ratchet and Clank charm.
Fashion celebrity, straight from the presses of the Gleeman Vox Media Empire. So tell me, why is it that I can't give this stuff away?
Well,
Don't answer that. Let me take a wild guess. It's because my fans can't stand Ace Hardlight! He's a pompous with the charisma of blogging and nut cheese!
so what are you saying exactly?
What that means is that all your unsold merch is going to be right in the bargain bin, right next to all the unsold copies of Mass Effect Andromeda and all the Star Wars toys that still can't find the right audience. Jokes aside, I do love the main villain here, Gleeman Vox, who was voiced by Michael Bell, who has done a lot of voice acting work in cartoons and in video games. In fact, he was a voice director for shows like Peter Pan and the Pirates and the LeBrons. But the great voice acting doesn't stop there, as you have 2 announcers calling the action while you're a part of the Dread Zone: Dallas Wanamaker and Juanita Alvarez, played by Darren Norris and Nikia Flutterman. These 2 as announcers are very fun to listen to and have better chemistry in this game than WWE announcers has had in the past decade plus.
Have you ever wondered what's in the special sauce? Well, that was a close one. One false move and those alien suckers will be eating your head for lunch.
My mother used to serve Lomax brains for breakfast with eggs and salsa. Muy bueno.
Yikes! Remind me never to eat at your house.
But what about multiplayer, you ask? Well, since online is dead for this for the PS2 and the PS3 version, I can't say anything about it.
As for co-op in this, I wish I could say something, but someone didn't want to play with me.
I don't get paid enough to play games with you. In fact, I don't get paid at all. So why am I here again?
I give you free rent.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Overall, I still enjoyed this game. Even with the changes in tone, the gameplay being lack of the platforming, and the gameplay as well still being repetitive. I still enjoyed this game, and I still recommend you to pick it up and play it. Overall, I give it a 7 out of 10.
So yeah, I still recommend this game. Flaws and all, but I had fun with it, and I think you will have fun with this as well. Personally, I still highly recommend the original PS2 trilogy, which is on PS3. And I guarantee you can find it somewhere on the PS3 network as well. But this game is fun. If you go, there is fun to be had in this game. So I do recommend it. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at Ratchet and Clank Size Matters. Anyway, Duke CT here. Peace, love, see y'all when I see y'all later.